Well, I know Liverpool are having a bad season, but I never thought I'd see the day where Stephen Bunting would walk on stage having ditched the Liverpool scarf for a Göttingen one instead. But there we go. It's nevertheless great to have him back on the European tour after a fairly lengthy absence. Stephen Bunting.
$140.
Yeah, there was a bit of stability about all that. Will players ever actually change their grip from dart to dart in terms of where they're going on the board? I mean, Peter Wright certainly has that degree of versatility. Or will some players be very persistent in the way they throw?
Persistence
Game shot on the first leg.
is exactly what Stephen Bunting has used in this leg. I think what the majority of players are trying to do is throw every dart the same, make sure there is a bit of repetition. Peter Wright is just an anomaly, in my opinion. He just wants to do things a little bit differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. He feels that if he throws or grips differently for certain shots, then he can get different lies and different angles. But I'd say the other 99% of players, all they want to do is just throw the dart exactly the same every time. You can see the points on Stephen Bunting dart.
58.
It's almost like an old football, isn't it? You know, a bit of black, bit of silver.
And they also seem to be making a really good connection with the board as well, which sounds strange, but it can reassure players, can't it?
Yeah, a lot of the players who tend to use the longer points, for instance, they tend to get a bit of wobble. But like you mentioned there, Rob, look at that dart going into the board. Not one bit of wobble whatsoever. That shows me that he's throwing them really well.
And the first two were pitched in it roughly, or almost exactly the same angle.
60.
Well, I mentioned that runs the final in one of the Players' Championship events. It was in Dublin, the 20th of the year. He went down to Mentor Sulovic that day, so it was unfortunate he came up against the Austrian that particular occasion, given the way he's been playing of late. But we referred to it earlier as well, his performance against Peter Wright in the first round of the World Grand Prix. He lost by 2-1, but you know, that equated to a 7-5 defeat in legs, and Bunting did squander 2 match starts at double 16 when he was leading by 2-1 in the decider. So even though he lost, he took a huge amount of confidence and a huge amount of reassurance from that particular performance, because he gave the world number 2 now a really good run for his money that day, and he could so easily have won. And rather than being downbeat,
62.
I liked it because he preferred to focus on the positive, and
67.
that was great to hear from Stephen, who, as he said, you know, it was during the European match play in Hamburg where he revealed that he had even considered his future during what was a really tough period earlier on in 2017. Eidams takes out double 10 for the
third leg is ready to throw first.
Second leg, and he levels things up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, Stephen's not going to be the last person to lose a very tight match first game at the Grand Prix. It's a nasty, brutal format. Best of 3 sets, double star.
140.
There's going to be many players in set format who win more legs than their opponent, but they lose the match.
Yeah.
But Stephen tested the world number 2.
97.
I think Stephen's attitude throughout his entire career has been very, very good. I mean, even as a kid, when he was 16 and I first met him, the best young player in the world at the time.
100.
And now taking young out of it, he is one of the best players in the world, and he's got more experience as a young man than most of the veterans in the world of darts.
Yeah, one of the
55.
winners of the World Youth Masters that we talked about yesterday in reference to Nico Bloom and the players that he succeeded as a champion in that particular event, of course.
137.
Great exploits on the BDO before he made this transition as well. 21 in the Order of Merit, and in fact he's 21st on the Pro Tour Order of Merit right now as well. Eidams, though,
125.
in control of this leg.
44.
Rennie has come to play today. Last leg he was very good. This leg he's been even better. He's on a double after 10 darts.
He's certainly much improved on yesterday on the evidence of what we're seeing so far. He only averaged 83 yesterday, and right now he's averaging 105. said yesterday that he needed to find some improvement, and he's certainly done that on what we've seen so far. But Bunting looking to bite back here with a ton 80 of his own, his first of the match. Good stuff, this.
Yeah, not a bad stuff from both guys.
100.
Well, look at that, those first two darts equidistant away from the treble 20 bed, and he found his way through with the third dart in hand. Two excellent guides there, even though they were miles apart.
140.
Yeah, good response from Stephen. Rennie Eidams lifting his standard over the last two legs to take the lead.
The other thing about Bunting as well, you know, you mentioned it, there's no escaping the fact that 2017 has been, prior to of late, it's been pretty torrid at times. First 14 Players' Championship events, he suffered 9 first-round defeats. But at least then you've got the rest of the year to put that right. You don't want to do that at the end of the year and have it hanging over you.
That's true.
I know there's still a lot of darts to be played in 2017, but still, I think if you go on a really bad run now, it still lingers into 2018. And I think if you are going to have a really torrid time of it like Bunting has had, get it out of the way early on, and then try and repair the damage later on in the year, and then try and carry on that momentum into the next year.
81.
Well said, Rob. Season is a marathon, not a sprint.
As is this match by the looks of things. It could well be a marathon.
58. Steve Newquart.
But not a marathon of bad darts, because the winning legs so far have been very good indeed. Double 16 for a 14-dart leg. And it is 14 darts.
Stephen Bunting.
Good reply from a 16th seed. So the winner of this one will come up against Zoran Lerchbacher or the world #1 Michael van Gerwen, who we will see back on the European Tour after a one-event gap later on tonight.
Yeah, he's on in match number 6 of the evening session. The play resumes at 7 o'clock Central European time. Kim Huybrechts, who went close last time around in research, starts things off against Nathan Aspinall. Bunting with a 180 to start things off in leg 5.
100.
Makes me laugh, you know, Rob, that people think that MVG's in a crisis. Yeah, he's
just the 14 titles this year.
Yeah, he's yeah, he hasn't won for a month.
100.
Still top of the order of merit by a mile.
Yeah, about £900,000.
And okay, he's relinquished the World Match Play title. He's relinquished the World Grand Prix as well, but he's still the holder of an abundance of other silverware, including 5 successes on the European Tour this year. Could well emulate the 6 that he won last year.
91.
And I, for one, would not put it past him. 5 to 6 on at the start of play to win the trophy this weekend, Michael van Gerwen.
Look at this grouping from Rennie Eidams.
140. Steve Newquart, 130.
Going to have to go for the bullseye if he gets the 60 here, Stephen. 60 this time is needed. Bullseye it is.
105.
Excellent effort.
Rennie Newquart,
but it's going to take something Herculean. He won't get it. Stephen, all he's thinking about right now is a nice,
99.
easy 9
Steve Newquart, 25.
and a double 8 and another 14-dart leg to back up the last leg. Double 8. Yeah, that's very consistent.
Six-legged Stephen to throw.
And that's
first.
what is coming into his game right now. A little bit of consistency and confidence in closing legs out. 14-dart legs are hard to beat. I think the answer from Bunting over the last couple of legs, since Eidams hit him with a hammer, it seems, it's been very, very good indeed.
I think there's a sense of urgency about Eidams here as well, in the fact that he feels maybe he's got to do something special this weekend, because he won't be involved in the German Darts Masters in the World Series next weekend in Dusseldorf. He missed out on a qualification place in the German Super League. So with that not to look forward to, he may well feel as though this is his big opportunity to make an impression in front of the German public, being the last European Tour event of the year.
German fans a lot of credit. They've been excellent for all of the players this afternoon.
58.
Sometimes when you're playing a home nation guy like René, it can get a little bit lopsided. And we'll find out what it's like later for Peter Wright against Martin Schindler. I'm intrigued by that match because home nation guy against possibly the most popular player in Germany.
I can't wait for that. That will be really, really good. Klassen-Dobie also stands out as well. And
94.
Yeah, plenty of focus on Daryl Gurney after his exploits in Dublin last weekend, winning the World Grand Prix. He rounds things off, given the accolade of rounding things off this evening after his success at the City West Hotel.
100. Stephen, you require 150.
Well, 150 here for a 4-2 lead. A chance to consolidate that break. 2 breaks to 1 so far. Bunting
60. Rennie, you require 141.
just about with his nose in front, but Eidams certainly capable of finding his target here. 141, but not with a first start like that.
We noticed yesterday at the end of the match that
85.
when the pressure was on, Renier would play faster. He's been very deliberate in this match so far. Stephen looking at the bull, and what a shot that is. Tops. Clinical stuff.
Stephen Bunting.
Doubling of the highest order in the last 3 legs.
Game on.
From the former Lakeside champion. It's got to give him confidence.
Has to. And it's very much
85.
on a par with the Stephen Bunting we've seen over the last few weeks or so. Really is. It's great to see him back, and it's great to see him back on the European Tour stage. Like I say, he failed to qualify for the last 3 or the 3 previous European Tour events in Maastricht, Mannheim and Riesa.
135.
Right, 2-1 down. Stephen kept his cool, didn't panic. Just put 3 really good legs together. He's in command here. He's playing his sort of game, his sort of pace. Just look at his demeanour in the background.
100.
He looks comfortable to me.
Yeah, he doesn't look panicked, does he? He just wants to bide his time, and he doesn't look troubled at all. The other feature on the European Tour for Bunting this year as well as making just 1 quarter-final, is that when he has been beaten, he's been beaten fairly heavily at times as well. 6-0 to Chris Dobie in Vienna, 6-0 to Peter Wright in Gibraltar, 6-0 to Sulevic in the German Darts Open, 6-1 against Wright in Jena. A couple of 6-2s in there as well. He's not had any near misses. He's been well beaten on each occasion. That's the concern for him.
100.
I think if he,
Rennie requires 76.
or if and when he does bow out of this tournament, he'll be hoping that he can at least put in a good display, like he did against Peter Wright.
Stephen, you require 106.
Well, Bunting's finishing has been brilliant in the last few legs. Can he pick off this 106?
Wouldn't put it past him. Double 16.
90. Rennie, you require 18.
The former Lakeside champion just stopped in his tracks there, and Eidams looking at double 9.
Game shot on the 7th leg.
And that means a lot. Eidams keeps himself interested here, keeps himself afloat.
One of the games you were mentioning earlier with Stephen, when he played Chris Dobie. Got to give
108.
Stephen a bit of a get out of jail card free. Get out of jail free card. Let me get that right. He was a little bit under the weather that day.
Yeah.
Now, come on, Rennie.
Now then, Rennie.
140.
Bunting opening up with a 180.
I felt like I was quoting Allo Allo there. Come on, Rennie. I've got to work on my French accent. It's not very good.
60.
But Bunting put in the pressure on Eidams here, forcing him to hit big numbers, big trebles.
140.
And he delivers.
Worth mentioning now as well that Bunting's averaging over 100 at this moment in time, and his finishing has been pretty good as well. 4 from 6 so far.
47.
If he can maintain this, he should be okay.
Well, Eidams...
Mind you, we said that about Ian White in the last match.
Yeah.
Look what happened there.
Strange game here.
60.
Eidams stolen the throw. Didn't really capitalize on that. And when you're sitting on 214, all you're thinking is 174. No other number comes into your mind.
100. Ready, you require 161.
But after the first two darts, you'll take that 100. That third dart was magical. $77. He was 84.
97.
This
Leave
might
you
have to go.
114.
So 106 that he missed in the previous leg. This 114. He's going to get a shot at tops. Double top.
74.
Two misses at doubles
Ready,
in the last two
require
legs
64.
could cost Stephen Bunting his advantage. Crowder involved. Double eight. And there will be some sort of volume increase if he hits this double. That double is double eight.
Games on the 8th leg.
And there's the cry of come on from Rene
Ninth leg
Eidams.
is Rene to throw first.
Back on
Hang on.
terms. 2 breaks apiece. 4 legs all. 14 dart leg for Rene Eidams, having traded 11 dart legs early on.
140.
Bunting out of the blocks, wasn't he, with that 11 dart break and that 96 checkout, but it's Eidams with the momentum now.
I did say earlier he does like a 6-5, Rene Eidams. Could go to 5-5 easily this match. Stephen Bunting does not want it to go that far, because the further this match goes, the more the crowd get involved, the more they will be on his back and in favour of the cube. Identical legs. Identical
45.
checkout percentages. Stephen Bunting vitally, after only throwing 3 darts in this leg, has stolen the throw. 57% on doubles for both of these guys is world class.
60.
It's a visible improvement on what Rene Eidams was throwing yesterday.
Well, anything worse, he would have been in real trouble, but as it is, he's looking at another maximum here.
180.
And he's in control of this leg. Bunting needs to find a response again here. Well, we said just a few minutes ago that he was looking comfortable, he wasn't looking troubled, but he's looking a bit ruffled here, but that's a great response by Bunting. Gets him down to 1-2-1. If this goes, Eidams will punch the air with delight. It won't go, though.
He's going to leave a double, though. And this has turned into a really good game all of a sudden.
121.
This was Bunting's match 2 or 3 legs ago. Now he needs a 1-2-1 to stop from going behind. 51 he needs. Eidams
97.
has tops.
Ready, you require
Will
40.
be 5-4 in front, and yet again the crowd in anticipation. Here he goes.
Tops pulled that one down. Double 10. Just taking a moment here. Well, this might work in the favour of Stephen Bunting if Eidams takes too long to think about it. Double 10. Anxious dart, that one. As
20.
was the case with that one.
Stephen,
And
you require
Stephen Bunting has
24.
been gift-wrapped an opportunity here. He could so easily have found himself 5-4 down. He's still got work to do, but he's looking at
Games on
double
the
12.
9th leg. Stephen Bunting.
And you can almost hear a pin drop in this arena now.
10th leg is Stephen to throw first.
Bunting has, well, the bullet has
Aim
dodged
on.
a bullet there, hasn't he? Let's face it, 5-4 up. And the prospects of Eidams having another meeting with Michael van Gerwen, a repeat of that epic encounter at Ali Pali a couple of years ago, is just slipping away now, because Bunting
140.
kicks off with a ton 40 in what he hopes will be the final leg.
Well, Rob, I've got to give a lot of credit to the Göttingen crowd here, because when Stephen was on 24 there,
Not a whisper.
60.
not one boo in this crowd.
In
Fair
Riesa,
play.
on Riesa, on the other hand, it was a very different story. Not just Riesa, but elsewhere on the European tour.
Maastricht.
Maastricht in particular, but there,
140.
yeah, it was good spirit, that from the crowd, I have to say.
Rene Burnt is probably saying, why
cushion of 80 plus whatever he posts here, although he could do with at least one treble, but it's not to be. And well, that was a chance for Bunting to kick on. He's on 164, but Eidams here looking to apply some pressure.
He knows what he needs. Needs a treble 20 or a treble 17.
100. Stephen, you require
Really needed more than that.
64.
He's been up against it since the first dart of this leg, really. Bunting has 6 darts to take care of this 164.
And he will need all 6 darts.
100.
Although there is a possibility he may only need 2 more, because he's down to a finish of 64. Eidams on 201. Just needs to give Bunting something to think about here.
60.
And it's...
Stephen, you require 64.
It could be enough. It might not be enough. It might all be academic, because Bunting is on 64 here for a place in the last 16. Tops he wants. 1 dart in hand.
Game shot.
And Stephen Bunting offers his hand to René Eidams to signal the end of the Germans' campaign. Eidams certainly had his chances when it was level at 4 legs apiece, but Bunting, having stopped the rots with Eidams threatening to win 3 on the spin, quickly got into his stride in that 10th leg, and a nice touch from Stephen Bunting as he exits the stage. It's another step in the right direction for the world number 21. Michael van Gerwen or Zoran Lerchbacher await for him. He'll find out the winner of that one tonight. That's one of 8 matches in the evening session from 7 o'clock. We'll do it all again this evening as well. 5 European Tour winners on stage this evening, as well as the recently crowned World Grand Prix champion as well, Daryl Gurney. Kim Huybrechts and Nathan Aspinall kicking things off for you at 7. Join us then on PDC HD TV. Let's grab a quick word with Stephen Bunting, your final winner of the afternoon session.
I didn't hit a basket, so... No, it was nice to go and watch another sport in the city, and to be honest, they didn't play that well yesterday, so I don't know whether a few of them have come down today to watch how it's supposed to be done, but it was nice to go and watch.
Yeah. Difficult one today, huh? Against René Eidams.
Very difficult. I've known him for a few years now. I know what he's capable of doing, and I also knew that the crowd would be on his side. I knew how well he could play. If I didn't play my game, he would have beaten me there. And I also felt the nerves when it went so close. So, yeah, just happy to be through.
Yeah. But in general, the form is getting better and better, right?
Yeah. Back home, the preparation's all going well. My Pro Tour form's been fantastic, apart from the last week. So, I'm putting the hours in at home, and it's paying dividends.
See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Stephen Bunting, the Bullet, der sagt, ich spiele wieder besser, habe mich gut vorbereitet auch hier auf